Coming up next, Weeknight with Ellie Muller. That's right, it's coming up next on the one and only Nick at Night. When late night TV breaks, we fix it. From the gorgeous YouTube Dog Show, and please bring soup. Why? Because soup is important, and it goes well with the interesting comedy. It's Weeknight with Ellie Muller, and now a man who's going to talk about soup tonight. See what I did earlier? Alright, just making sure that you are paying attention. He is the one and only Mr. Ellie Cookie Muller. Ha! Welcome to Weeknight Update. My name is Ellie Cookie Muller. What's up? The theme song was composed by Donald Madness Piano, Tori's Gaming Spot, Candy Bar Tunes, GD Cube, YouTuber aka GD Cube, Mild Shocker, and Christian Freighties are responsible for most of the things that you will see in here on this program tonight, and they are pretty much all what Shoutout Spotlight was tonight. Along with Eva Amity, Grunt Below 2004, hopefully she'll return to this program very, very soon, and Pierre Kelly. Please check all those people out. Now, I have found this week's Count of the Week winner. You'll find out who that person is later on in the program. But first, it's time for us to find out what's up. Alright, what's up with soup? Everyone needs it. Come on. It is getting very cold outside. Eat it. Now, some soup can keep you alive. I repeat, some types of soup can keep you alive. Now, some soups can keep you alive. For example, the loaded broccoli and chicken soup is healthy enough to keep you alive for years. Wow. Who knew? And hey, so many chefs love soup. In a garden, for example, always gives everyone soup for lunch. Wow, soup for lunch? Really? Wow, that's interesting. Wow. How about another top 8 list, huh? Alright, let's get this over with. MP, go! You got it, boss. Tonight's category, top 8 things that should never be in a bowl of soup. Number 8, a worm. Number 7, an eggshell. Number 6, a goat. Number 5, a fly. Number 4, urine. Number 3, poop. Number 2, slime. And number 1, armpit hair. Well, that was cringy. Well, at least it's the end of the week. Thanks, MP. Thank you very much. You know what, hashtag week, update, hashtag Ellie Wolf, late night, hashtag Ellie Wolf, for also hashtags for the round, hashtag all Christmas awesome. Get those hashtags on social media, please. Do I like this thing, subscribe and brown chef and chat in the comment section down below. But whatever you do, please, do not go anywhere. We will be right back with the in-between monologue, Toy Story, this week's Count of the Week winner, a moment for everyone, August time, and random advice. And another round of the ending experiments. Remember, this is still Weeknight Update, and now here it is, your spotlight.
God, I'm hungry.
If you're feeling bluesy and a little uptight, you could use a hit of TV delight. Brought to you by Nick at Night.
Hey, if you need carpeting at your house, don't go out to shop. Keep warm, save your gas, and call Empire at 588-2300. We're the people who come to you. And we've got the carpeting you want in stock, too, so we can install it in just a few days. And with credit, you won't make an installment payment for 60 days. And don't forget, with 2 rooms or more, you get a Bissell shampooer free. That's my company, Empire.
588-2300 Empire.
Call right now. Don't let the holidays sail by without that new carpet you need. Call Empire. We'll get the job done now, and you won't make a payment till next spring.
Empire.
PaxMall.com presents quality products for the way you live. Log on to PaxMall.com and get the Global Puzzle now for just $14.95 and make geography fun again for the whole family. This unique puzzle has pieces that are actually shaped like the individual countries, which makes learning world geography fun for everyone. Makes a great gift. With PaxMall.com, you'll always get secure, hassle-free ordering with delivery right to your door. PaxMall.com, quality products for the way you live.
Welcome back to Weeknight Update, and now it's time for the in-between monologue. We are talking about soup right now. What? It's yummy, healthy, and soupy. Give me a break. Now, there are so many different types of soup. Corn chowder, baby potato soup, chicken noodle soup, and butternut squash soup. Wait, butternut squash soup? Really? Wow, that's a surprise. Now, soup has been around since 20,000 BC, but it didn't become a common dish until 6,000 BC because that's when the clay pots were invented. Wow! So, cavemen and cavewomen loved soup back in the day. Who knew? Now, soup is usually served warm and or hot. I'm not going to make a joke about that because that statement was too true to make fun of. And finally, some types of soup can be served cold. Wait, cold soup? Cold soup? That won't work when the weather is cold. Make sure that your soup is warm before you eat it, please. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Tori's story with the one and only Tori's Gaming Spot, aka Tori Mullins. Go ahead, Tori.
Hey guys, Tori Mullins here, and welcome back to Tori's Story. So the next story I'm going to be telling you is about soup. And here's the story. Once upon a time, there was a poor but very good little girl who lived alone with her mother. And when my story begins, they had nothing in the house to eat. So the child went out into the forest, and there she met an old woman who already knew her distress, and who presented her with a pot which had the following power: if one said to it, boil little pot, it would cook sweet soup, and when one said, stop little pot, it would immediately cease to boil. The little girl took the pot home to her mother, and now her poverty and distresses were at an end, for they could have sweet broth as often as they pleased. One day, however, the little girl went out, and in her absence, the mother said, "Boil, little pot." So it began to cook, and she soon ate all she wished. But when the poor woman wanted to have the pot stop, she found she did not know the word. Away, therefore, the pot boiled, and very quickly was over the edge. And as it boiled and boiled, the kitchen presently became full, then the house, the next house, and soon the whole street. It seemed likely to satisfy all the world, for though there was the greatest necessity to do so, nobody knew how to stop it. At last, when only a very small cottage of all the village was left unfilled with soup, the child returned and said at once, "Stop, little pot." Immediately it ceased to boil, but whoever wishes to enter the village now must eat his way through the soup. The end. That's the story about soup. So stay tuned where I tell the next story. Bye, guys.
Excellent job, Tori. Excellent job. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to find out who won this week's Comment of the Week Challenge.
Well, it's the end of a week. That means that it's time for Ellie Muller to answer the question that the world has been asking since the beginning of a week. What's the comment of the week? What are you waiting for, Ellie? Let's get this over with.
Thank you very much, Question for ATs. This week's Comment of the Week question was, if you could create your very own soup, then what would you call your soup and what would be in that soup? All right, let's go. Anthony Shoutout Spotlight in the opening said that his soup would have tomato sauce and lettuce, and he would call his soup the Anthony Shoutout soup. Mason Wrigley couldn't come up with an answer, so he just said that he's not too sure. As for Roberta Henley, she said that her soup would have potato latkes and matzo balls. That's very interesting. In fact, her response was so interesting that it earned her the Comment of the Week winner title. That's right. Roberta Henley is this week's Comment of the Week winner. Congratulations, Roberta. We'll try this again next week, all right?
Well, Ellie Muller has found the comment of the week. So, what does that mean? Well, that means that it's time to move on with the rest of the show. So let's go.
Well done, Roberta Henley. Well done. Yes. Now, before we go any further, let me just say this, all right? Mason Wrigley and Anthony Short, the small cultures in opening, each won 22 points, and Roberta Henley won 37 regular points this week. However, I gave her an additional 100 points just because she was really authentic when she gave me her response this week. So, Here are the rankings right now. In first place, Anthony Shaw with the Small Cultures and Opening with 1,303 points. In second place is Pierre Kelly with 590 points. Bill Gibson and Candy Bar Tunes are still tied with 259 points, but Roberta Henley has leapfrogged her way into the top 5 with 174 points. Yellow Belly Cretin has 74 points. TCN and Maverick CEO of the Webtoon Network has 59 points, and so does Mason Wrigley. And the Vero Media Studios Do Not Terminate or Hack is in last place right now with 37 points. Wow! The competition is getting fierce right now. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a moment for everyone, huh? Soup is very delicious. It's warm, healthy, and soup. Come on, it's true. Anyway, let me tell you something. Soup should be respected all the time. Laugh all you want, but listen to me, all right? Every year, people talk about the fact that January is National Soup Month. And Dave Letterman used to mention that on NBC's Late Night in the 80s. Well, guess what? Soup is actually yummy, and it doesn't get the attention that it deserves. That's why soup should be respected every year and every day. So here's what I want you to do. Next time that you have cold weather outside, eat some soup. It doesn't matter what soup you decide to eat or what type of soup you decide to eat. You just have to eat some soup. When you appreciate your soup will appreciate you. Okay, soup isn't a human being. It's something that you eat. Come on, give me a break. Give soup a chance, please, and you can thank me later. Right now, I think that it's talking time. Here we go. Now, eatingwell.com recently came out with an article of the 18 soup recipes for healthy aging. Now, we're not going to go through all those. Now, we're not going to go through every single soup recipe because we don't have a lot of time. But you can go to the website when you're done watching this show so that you will understand exactly what I'm talking about. All right, here's the first soup. Loaded broccoli and chicken soup. Now, it has all the flavors of a classic baked potato with a fresh, hearty twist. Tender potatoes, rotisserie chicken, and broccoli simmer into a creamy base. Cheddar and sour cream give it that signature loaded flavor, along with a finishing touch of crispy bacon and scallions. That's a good one. The second one is the Marry Me White Bean Soup. And this is what you need. Sun-dried tomatoes, garlic, cream, and Parmesan. With some basil and extra cheese. That's healthy. And then you have the harira, which is a Moroccan tomato, lentil, and beef soup. Now, it basically has everything that I just said. Chickpeas, lentils, beef, and noodles in a fragrant tomato broth. Wow. Just wow. I am surprised. Now, listen to this. Famous chef and cookbook author in a garden recently revealed that she prepares soup for everyone at lunchtime. Now, a lot of you are probably thinking, soup at lunchtime? Why? Well, actually, soup at lunchtime is actually very wise. You see, it's beneficial to the body as it is comforting, filling, and loaded with nutrients. And studies have shown that eating soup as a preload meal can help people lower their calorie intake. In a garden said during the Wiser Than Me podcast, I can make a lot of soup and leave it in the freezer. And that makes it easy to serve for lunch. Wow. Wow. Isn't that fascinating? Isn't that fascinating? How about some other advice for the weekend, huh? If your soup is too cold, then please warm it up. If your soup is too hot, then please let it cool off. If your soup is just right, then eat it. Just please don't act like Goldilocks. You should eat soup when it's cold outside. Of course, if the soup is spicy, then you will never get sick again. That's a fact. Never make soup with grass and mud. It will be disgusting. And finally, if you are having a lot of soup in the winter, then you will be healthy by the end of March. What? It's true! Well, that's it for another exciting installment of Weeknight Update. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the ending experiments and enjoy the weekend. I'll see you on Monday. That is the news, and I am Outskis 4x4.
Thanksgiving is rapidly approaching, and the holiday season is in full swing. Stop dieting, start eating everything in sight, and start watching the ending experiments.
Thank you very much, Christian Freighties. And now, ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, have a cup of water or whatever you want to drink, and enjoy another interesting installment of something that we like to call, and so we do, the Random Box with Knuckles.
Warning, what you about to see may shock you, surprise you, and thrill you. Oh, who am I kidding? It's just another episode of Random Box with Knuckles. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Random Box. I am Knuckles. I finally found the perfect turkey for Thanksgiving. It wasn't easy, though. I had to jump over 58,000 boxing gloves yesterday. They were painful. Meanwhile, money's hard to get right now. I mean, with so many companies laying people off and so many people being out of work, it's nearly impossible for anyone to make money right now. Why can't someone do something about it? Hey, why did the Nick at Night logo pop up? The show's not over yet. Wait a minute. What if we get the unemployed people to help us out with the various shows on Nick at Night? They can get paid, Nick at Night will get more attention, and we can all change late night TV for the better. I'll talk to Rouge about that now. It's time for my day with her. See you next week. This has been the Random Box with Knuckles, a production of Casting Shoes and Nick at Night. We'll add a few breaks. we fix it. Well, that was truly random, wouldn't you agree?
Is it snowing already? It's not winter yet. Well, I better start putting logs in the fireplace. It is going to be a cold winter. Here are the shows that will keep you warm next week on Nick at Night. Next week on The Kane Factor with Jessica Kane will interview Terry Crews, Eric Andre, Tyra Banks, Courtney Nina, Mary Bobberry, Katy Perry, Isabella Mercado, Rosie Mercado, Tom Green, Steve Wilkos, John Stamos, Ariel Calderon, and Lori Laughlin. Also, Jessica Kane will get a cooking lesson from Ina Garten. You don't want to miss her show next week. Then Weeknight Update with Ellie Muller gets mechanical because Ellie and his team will talk about robots, mechanical bulls, animatronics, robotics, and mechanics. I know. Ellie and his team will actually be amazing in mechanical. I hope that you will be ready for next week. Watch those shows and several other shows next week on Nick at Night. When late night TV breaks, we fix it.
Well, there you have it. That was an excellent Nick at Night promo. And since we have some time left, I would like to show you something very interesting. That's right. It's time for Funny Sticks.
What a nice day to exist. Oh, crap. I'm thirsty. Drink me. What the fuck? Why are we partly drawn? You cannot break the fourth law like that. That material later. We sell lemonade, not liters. Then Paris? No. Look at that little shortcut. Doopy 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 doo. Doopy 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 doo. Doopy doopy. I'm gonna press this button, and you're gonna die. Click. Destroy me or kill me. You just made me poor design. Oh, come on, another fourth wall break? Talking balloon. Hello. I'm the real stick figure. No, I am the real stick figure. No, I am the real stick figure. Wop. Moral of the story, never eat a bomb. You don't want to end up like me.
Hey, did you know that in the garden actually serves soup at lunchtime? That's very fascinating. I mean, obviously it makes sense because we are rapidly approaching the cold and flu season, but wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to answer an important question. What did we learn? So what did we learn? Well, we've learned that there are different types of soup in the world. We've also learned that some soups can keep you alive for a very long time. And we've also learned that soup can be served at lunchtime. Fascinating. We gotta move, but before we go, here is your musical performance time performance. And now, it's musical performance time. It's musical performance time again, folks. How many of you can remember this song? That was musical performance time. Now, stay tuned for Kadabra the Magic Bunny.
Hey folks, how are you? It's time for the Kadabra the Magic Bunny Show! And now, the star of the show, Kadabra the Magic Bunny! Nice to see you guys again. This next magic trick is gonna be called the ball escape trick! Okay, here we go. Whoops. Well, everybody, that's it for our show. Join me again next week for another magic trick. Time for me to escape. Now that's what I call a ball escape trick. Literally.
Join us again next week. Same Kadabra time, same Kadabra show.
Cement your reliance with your favorite appliance.
And watch your TV light ignite.
You and your close friend